Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did stuff. We definitely did some stuff. We did job quests, and today we're going to go and do even more job quests. Good tidings, sister. Our chakra has recovered. Together we spoke with Professor Eric. With his help we sought ways to open the chakra of the opposing aspects, ways that require no dueling. Now we have a theory. We will test it in the western highlands of Kurthus near a place called Dragon Spit. Ochaka has already left. Let us join her. Sorry, that was a burp. Yeah. I'm just gonna go over to Tailfeather and go to Kurthus from there, guys. I think that would be a better idea. You're good, but I'm better. Good old Star Fox. Can't let you do that, Star Fox. There you are, Lynn. My thanks for coming. The site hosted a fierce battle. So says Professor Eric. Much blood was spilled between knights and dragons. This makes it an ideal place for our test. As you know, in order to open the chakra of the opposing aspect, one ordinary has to fight an individual trained in that aspect. However, it does not suit us to duel one another to the death. And so we theorized, instead of each other, what if disciples from each sect were to fight independently within close proximity? Influenced by their presence and the ether that pervades a battleground may be tricked into opening an opposing chakra with each combatant. Without further ado, let us put this theory to the proof. Please seek out likely opponents nearby, as formidable as you can manage, and fight them with all your might. Wiedegeld and I shall do the same. Bum 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 bada bum. F. Press F for killing these fools. Be on your guard, Lynn. He is Rahatia, leader of the sect of Shadow. He comes to take back Ochaka. Take back? What an idiotic notion. She is a traitor to our sect and I am here to silence her. We will not allow it. She must defeat us first. You're a disciple of the sect of Light and one who surpasses Wiedegeld besides. Aye, that you have opened your 7th chakra is plain to my senses. An idea occurs to me, a peaceful way to end this meeting. We need not fight with one another, you and I. Chaka, you are to slay Wiedegeld and open your 7th chakra. Once you have accomplished this, return to me, and Zenza shall come to no harm. As for you, adventurer, if you will then swear to serve me, I shall release Zenza and Chaka both. A fair trade, is it not? You need not answer this right this moment. If you agree to these terms, come to the ruins south of Little Alamigo. I shall await you there. Think on it, but not over long, or I cannot guarantee that there will be much of Zenza left to retrieve. I tried to fight him, but he was too strong. Far stronger than I had imagined. Such is the might of he who has opened all 14 chakras. Not alive can fight him on equal footing, not even Lyn. One thing bothers me. The sect of light was destroyed, yet Rahatia has opened all 14 chakras. How did he do this? He was present for the massacre at the temple. He attacked and slew a priest of your sect, and in so doing opened the 7th chakra of light. As we are, we cannot hope to defeat him. Alas, our test was a failure. My chakra did not open, and neither did yours, am I correct? What am I to do, Sensa? I want to save you, but I cannot kill Withergeld. I feel so powerless. Slash rally! Such a weird rally. Oh, whatever. They're trying. Please forgive me my pitiful display. You are right, Lynn, I mustn't despair. The Sensa and I used to be as birds in a cage. Serving Rahatia was the only life you knew. But all that had changed when we met the two of you. You opened our eyes to a world of infinite possibilities. So much more is possible than I had ever dreamed. And so I won't give up hope. There is a way to defeat Rahatia, and we need but find it. We will rescue Sensa without my raising a hand against Withergeld, without your offering yourself as Rahatia's thrall. Nod. There is time still. Let us return to Revenant's Toll. There we shall make a plan. Okay. Professor Eric has loaned us his tomes. Ochaka scours them for ways to open your final chakra. Perhaps he will find something, perhaps not. Meanwhile, we must do what we can. Hone our minds and our bodies for the battle to come. Right, and then next up is at level 61. Anything else at level 58? No! It is ridiculous. It's like form shift. Then the level 60 thing. So it's form shift, steel peak mastery, and masterful blitz. That is it. That is all that you get in Heavensward. As mine gets ridiculous. Anyway, time to become a dragoon. I am a dragon. Hello. You're coming a good time, my friend. I have tidings to share regarding the heretics we pursue. They call themselves the Blood Bearers, and their leader is a man named Methaonian. He and his minions are all capable of assuming the form of dragons. Such a transformation is possible by partaking of dragon's blood, or dragon blood. I dare say you have borne witness to it, and it grants the individual unholy strength. Though the sanguine substance is precious, the Blood Bearers have access to an abundant supply owing to their pact with Growly. That is why they have been able to offer our forces such a fierce resistance. Now my sources tell me that the Blood Bearers have been sighted in the Chocobo Forest. If Ostian means to reclaim Peregrine, as I believe, that is where she will go, and so must we. Pray meet me at Hellfeather. We shall begin by making inquiries around the settlement. I took the liberty of speaking with some of the locals before you arrived. They say that strange merchants have been acquiring goods in prodigious quantities. It seems to me the Blood Bearers are replenishing their stores. Let us split up and scour the area for these so-called merchants. Should someone strike us suspicious, confront them and engage his reaction. One of the sea dogs. You ain't taking me alive. What? Well, he's dead. The one suspicious fellow I approached an honest chocobo breeder. How fared your search? This small piece of vellum covered in arcane markings appears to be cut off from a larger piece. Possibly a page from a stolen toad. Attacked by a false merchant, and you say you found this silver parchment upon the man? There's a message ciphered in a manner favored by heretics. Thankfully I am well versed in it. Or I am person, whatever. There is to be a meeting a short way south of here. Let us go there at once. Lynn, why are you here? Why is Sir Albrecht here? Rest assured your secret is safe with us. Your father is the only other soul that knows. Lynn could not bear to see him suffer so. What ails you? I'm fine, it will pass. Now, I suspect it was Mathaionian that led you here. As you can see, he and his blood bearers shall trouble the Holy See no more. Even in self-imposed exile you think of duty, but now that you have reclaimed Peregrine, there is no need for further deception. Come with us back to Ishgard. Your family and your comrades have need of you. I'm sorry, but I cannot. I cannot return to Ishgard ever again. Why? What has happened to you? The Hostian I know would never forsake her people. She would never turn her back on our nation. Please understand, I wish with all my heart to return home, but I have no choice. I have partaken of dragon blood. When the heretics held me captive, they forced the vile substance down my throat. Alone have mercy, then you. I have already turned. Were I to set foot in Ishgard, I would be charged with heresy of the worst order. If I alone must suffer, then so be it. But you know as well as I how the Inquisition works. Should I be declared a heretic, suspicion is like to fall upon my parents as well. I will not allow that to happen. Full well do I understand your plight, but what do you intend to do? You cannot mean to throw your life away. Perish the thought, I owe my life to my father. If I must die, it shall not be in vain. As Lynn has shown us, a dragoon needs no banner to do what is right, and I know full well what I must do. Upon my lands, I swear to hunt down Growly and end his reign of terror. Thank you, Lynn, for showing me the path I must walk, for helping me to accept my fate. I asked this of you once before, but I shall ask it again. Please take care of my comrades and my father. No matter how I searched, I could find no words to stop her. For now, let us return to the observatorium. Yep. Bark, 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 bark. What did he notice? Nobody knows. All I know is that he do be borkin. As I made my way back, I recalled the words Hostian once said to me. My worth is measured by the dragons I slay. To be changed into the very thing she has sworn to fight, I can only imagine the storm of turmoil that must rage within her. Yet cruel though her fate is, we must make the best of the hand we have been dealt. And I believe I spy an opportunity. In partaking of dragon blood, Hostian has come to harbor the power of dragons. If she can but master this power, she may well have a fighting chance against Growly. It is not so different from harnessing the power of the eye, I believe. Alas, the danger of corruption is far greater. As you yourself have witnessed, dragon blood alters the flesh. And once the flesh is altered, the mind must soon follow. Will Hostian be able to conquer the dragon that is rised within her? I know not, but we must believe in her and lend her our strength. Else she will surely be lost to us. Pray resume your training once more, Lynn, and keep your purpose ever close to your heart. For when next we meet, it will be to confront the dragon Growly. As we learn, wheeling thrust. Gavlan wheel, Gavlan deal. So, Wheeling Thrust is basically Fang and Claw. It's the identical move, but then for the butt. So when you use Chaos Thrust, you will now get your chance to use Wheeling Thrust. Same as like if you end with Full Thrust, you can then use Fang and Claw. So, anything else at this level? At 50. Yay! No. Okay. Right. Ninja! Staying alive. Staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. Mada, bada, 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 staying alive. Staying alive. I have something in my teeth and I can't seem to remove it, which is bothering me to no end. Okay. Hello? Okay, give the intro a moment. There we go. Whoopsie. Ba, 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 ba. It seems the True Hounds have already held their auction then. Some collector bought the Yatsurugi's clan's dagger. However, the princess's reputation has kept him trembling at home, and he paid a small fortune to have the blade brought directly to Ishgard. So, okay. So we strike while it is on the move. I look forward to taking it back from the True Hounds, though there is still the question of their guard. Lynn, you mentioned the pirates regularly use Pluto, yes? Should someone exchange this for a powerful sleep draught, such as a lavender incense? Couldn't we just face them out in the open, or is there something in the Shinobi Code that forbids straightforward solutions? Nothing so formal, princess. I keep wanting to call it priestess. But a stealthy approach best allows us to carry out your orders, take a life, and retake the treasure. The True Hounds base their operations in Onosh. They will supply themselves in Limsa for the journey north. A weakness we can exploit by dividing into two groups. Akagi and I will search for the True Hound supplies. Princess, you and Lin will visit Kyokurun in Hawker's Alley. I've been informed the shopkeep has lavender incense in stock. Is this a jest? I'm perfectly capable of going shopping without Lin's help. Here, Lin, the funds to purchase the incense. Good luck. Kyokurun puzzled by puzzling customers. She makes demanding demands but has no shinies. Remittance for a pot of sleep-inducing lavender incense. Payable to the Kikiri merchant Kyokurun. Trade for incense. Kyokurun promised. Good for a good night's rest. Breathe deeply for deep, deep sleep. Look, I just forgot my coin purse, that's all. Anyway, you have the incense now. Does it matter who paid? And where are Akagi and Oboro? Oh, she's thinking coming all this way. Her mother would have died of shock had she lived to read that note. That voice... No, they can't. Not here. How the princess doesn't realize she is our land's sole ray of light, it's quite beyond me. If you don't bring her home, I shudder to think what will happen. Gods, why would they come here? I told them I'd be back just after I found the treasures. Princess Yuki, did you... Shut up, you oversized oaf, we're leaving now. Princess, what did I do? Princess? I suspect I'm better off not knowing. In any case, the True Hounds are storing their supplies near Fisherman's Bottom. I will follow the princess. You go and make the switch before the guards return. Right. Yoink. Wait, I need to read this. Soothing aroma of this incense made by Alstic lavender is thought to ease the mind and heart and in turn induce sleep. They're having the time of their life. A sprint. Right. Well, that's the last of it. How's it we're getting to Ishgard? Captain won't go within 20 alms of the Shroud, mate. You sail to the Dravanian hinterlands and hook back around west from here. Phew, I'm not gonna whistle. Fair bit of land between there and the Holy See. What if we stopped off in the Smoldering Waste? The rest of our medicine will carry us the rest of the way, eh? I'm bleed that to the whole harbour. I've heard there's thieves after this haul. That's why we're taking twice the guards. Like to see your try and take it now. They'll take the sleeping draught and be out like babes. Come on, let's hurry to, where was it again? Smoldering Waste. Lynn, what manner of place is it? I have never visited Ravania myself. Ah, thank you. The princess and I are both experienced travelers, and we will meet you there. The Smoldering Waste. Yes. Lynn, Abora's plan worked, but not all the patrols have reported in for their Pluto. They could be back at any moment. Stand guard while I search these crates. The Midara Kanamitsu... The Midara Kanamitsu's gotta be in one of them. Take the south, Akagi's to the north, the Boris to the east. When you finish your own patrols, return here. They should both be back by then as well. But as I said, no matter what happens, do not lay your life down for mine. Lay down your life for mine. Whatever. It's the same. I'm just saying it in a different order. Oh no! Bro! I told you I'm not good in a real fight. Lynn Akagi is wounded. We must tend to him once we are out of danger's path. I found it! Everyone back home will be so happy. It's over, my friends. I can finally bring prosperity to my lands. It will all be alright. Splendid. Let us... Oh, wait. Do you sense it too, Lynn? The foe is near. You played a clever trick, Abora, but not clever enough. No liquor or Pluto ever passes these lips, and now I found you. There we go. What to do. 3 able and 1 lame could make for an interesting fight, yes. But I hold all the cards, why risk it? I've come to offer the princess an invitation. Your countrymen miss you so terribly, they've called for you. Cried your name ever since we caught them. Surely you'll want to join them, yes? What? Princess, no. Put up your blades. Fate played us for fools. Right way, I'll go. Look at me now, Gekkai. I won. I've beaten your proper Doman Shinobi. Oh, but you'll try to rescue her, won't you? If I see anything out of the ordinary, Abora, I will slit their throats. Yes, yes, starting with Yuki's. See to Akagi, Shinobi. Farewell. Don't just let him get away after her, Abora. Damn it, man, move or... Oh, ugh. Wait, Lynn. You can pursue her if you wish, but you must see to Akagi's wounds. That was the princess's orders. I know we could have fought, but I understand why she chose not to. Had Redway escaped, his hostages' lives would have been forfeit. More dead in her defense. The decision was hers to make, and it is not our place to question it. We can do nothing more for now. Let us return to Lanash and tend to Akagi there. Hello? That was weird. Akagi is distraught but alive. I will turn to his wounds in your place. But the moment he is better, we will mount a rescue. The princess did not forbid us from trying, and I would hate to see a Red Way win. For the moment, train your mind, practice your blade. You will need all your skills in our next battle. Alright, is there anything you'll learn at this level at 58? No. 58 is such a disappointing level. You get nothing. Hello. Ah, it's you, Lynn. If you're wondering about Gidalot, I'm afraid I've not seen him since he stormed out. But I have spoken with Master Silvio. Or Silvio. Silvio? I don't know. I think Sir Silvio. As promised, he looked into the Curtain legends, the saint of song in the heavens, and he came to share his findings. Apparently the heavens is a reference to a voice from the sky. It is most likely some form of natural phenomena, such as thunder or lightning. Which means that Gidalot was right. After all, what else could a voice from the sky be? It isn't as though there are people who dwell in the clouds and love to sing besides. What? A tribe of Mughals in a churning mist? Why didn't you say so earlier? If these Mughals are patrons of music like their forest-dwelling counterparts, they may well know the Ballad of Oblivion. Please, you must show me to their village. As for Gidalot, it would seem he still requires time alone, but I dare say he will come after us once he hears we are on the right track. Might I trouble you to leave a message with Master Silvio informing Gidalot of our destination? I shall await you at Enix Shrine. Huh, 'twas but a matter of time before you found him. Lest you wonder, Gidalot has been watching you and Sanson from afar. Several times did he come to ask what I had been discussing with his friend. Mogul is at the summit of some awe. I was not aware of this, and I certainly wouldn't discount the possibility that the legend may in fact refer to the creatures. Gidalot, you should settle your differences with Sanson and go to the Churning Mist with your friends. Being stubborn is a wearisome business, you know. Oh, damn it, I want to, but Lynn, you always seem to know what's best. Tell me, what should I do? Come with us. I reckon I should go as well, eh? I'll think on it. To Enix Shrine. Enix Shrine! Okay, my cat suddenly ran. She's like, I don't like that sound, bye. Such an imposing structure. Were Gidalot here, he would doubtless be inspired to compose a song. From here on, I must rely upon you to lead the way. Let us ascend to the Churning Mist. Ba-ba. Such a magnificent view. I have no gift for verse. I must commit this scene to memory, that I might convey it all to Gidalot when next we meet. Now then, tis only meet that we first present ourselves to the chieftain of Markholm. Let us seek him out. The Ballad of Oblivion. I had not expected to hear the name from you, Koopa. It is a terrible, terrible song, hence it is forbidden among Moogle kind. Why, just earlier I gave one of our bards a dressing down simply for asking about it. Ah, young Mokta. He was ever the inquisitive one. I hope he understands that I mean well. Lest you wonder, after being scolded, he flew off sulking and headed north of Mako. That's Mokta, and to the north. Koopa. Lynn, would you mind meeting up with me outside the village? Despite making much of the song's forbidden nature, it's clear that Chieftain Magna wanted us to meet a Moogle who shares our interest in it. What his motives are, I cannot say, but I see no harm in seeking out the bard of which he spoke. 12 forbids you have forgotten this, but his name is Mokta, and he should be north of Mako. Also, I saw people running LFG. For what exactly? Because I have no idea. Maybe a hunt or something around here? I guess. Because there's no, like, big fate that I can immediately see. Or is there? Which one is this? Dark Scale Devourers and Vedrolfir Devoted. That much I do know. Manish Moogle. Waggle. What? Nope. I don't get it. Well, it's probably a hunt, I think. Oh no! Hunt, there we go, thank you. Somebody wrote it down in chat. LFG and then hunt. There you go. I know there's 2 big fates around here, so... which do need more people than 1. So... Perish your dinosaurs. There we go. Sure wonder where he is. I cannot seem to find the little creature, and I was so certain that the chieftain had intended for us to seek him out. Go, but please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as sweet and succulent as I look. Have no fear, little one. I promise he won't hurt you. Might you be Mokta by any chance? You know my name. Who are you? You seek the Battle of Oblivion? Why, I do believe you were looking for the same thing, Koopa. Recently I learned about the existence of a potent song. Legend says it resounds through the heavens and destroys all. Curious to know more, I went to ask the chieftain about it, but he told me off. It's beyond a single Moogle to seek, he said. I need friends with me whom I trust, otherwise it'll be far too dangerous. Unfortunately, I have no friends, Koopa. Though we have only met, we share a common... Though we have only met... What the hell? We share a common objective. Might we not seek the Battle of Oblivion together as friends? You would search with me? Oh, joy of joys, I have friends! Let's return to Markham at once and have the chieftain tell us all about the song. Koopa. Back to Markham. Mog. My name is Mog. Let your hearts beat as one in this endeavor is plain to see. You are fit to keep changing this guy's voice. You are fit to look for the Battle of Oblivion. It's what I would say, except you're still missing a little something, a small but vital piece. Can't quite put my paw on it. But your fellowship is incomplete without it, Koopa. Gidlot, he is our missing piece. I believe that he would come back, but it seems I was wrong. Is this true? You caught sight of Gidlot here in the trailing mist? This Gidlot fellow, does he love music, Koopa? Aye, that he does. Like you, he is a bard, and he loves music with all his heart. And it's settled. Once Gidlot joins us, we'll embark upon our journey. Our band will be all the merrier for his company. If he's nearby, we're bound to find him. So please cheer up, Koopa. Until such time as your fellowship is complete, you may remain here as our guest, Koopa. And then we have the level 60 quest, which is for the future. Future. Right. Once again, I think I'm going to continue until I'm done with the job quest. So this episode may be a little bit longer because of that. But I do want to finish them, then I can finish my recording session again. Hello. Then I trust your training fares well. I have heard naught on the fate of the manufactory, and would welcome fair news of any quarter. Bad news, my lordship. We talked to a clerk who works at the congregation, and he says the accusation against the workship ain't been lifted yet. What's worse, it seems they ain't inclined to pursue your case against Telegrinch neither. I do not understand. When I presented my evidence to the Temple Knights, the officer in charge seemed convinced of our innocence. My dear naive FfXIV. The truth is that it is dictated by the victor, the one more skilled in strategy, the one most adept at maneuvering, one such as me. How dare you show your face in my manufactory? Have you no shame at all? Shame? Why, you were the one who submitted a forgery of my house's seal in an attempt to deflect your obvious guilt. Upon review of the evidence, however, the Temple Knights shall soon rule in my favor, whatever. But our sources were unimpeachable. Our innocence was all but proven. The twice-altered testimony of a commoner is hardly unimpeachable, and you cannot deny claims that the ailing House Helenard has been arming the lowborn and inciting them to seize their independence. We have all heard shots fired in the city walls. You would twist and corrupt everything we have worked for. As I said, such is the privilege of the victor. If you wish, I might even be willing to teach you how to bend the situation to your advantage. We shall do well enough on our own. Now exit my manufactory, ere you find your shiny armor doused with machine oil. You would spurn my generous advice. Will you truly surrender your last chance to demonstrate House Helenard's unswerving devotion to Ishgard's prosperity? There is a beast that has been harassing our supply trains of late. A menace at the Holy See, greatly desires to see put down, even cloistered here among your scrap-covered benches. You must have heard the tales of the fearsome Very Sullen. Very Sullen? The same dragon that the Order of the Knights Dragoons has failed time and again to slay? He means to make a bloody show of you, boss. The Holy See has agreed to abolish your trial in exchange for the dragon's death. Pray send word when you are prepared to face Very Sullen. I shall organize for a priest to be present and provide you with suitable bait. My lordship, what do we do? Well, I'll just confess it was me that was firing my weapons. You shouldn't have any trouble laying the blame on a drunken outsider, especially one what's known for his vicious crimes. That ought to get you off the insurrection charges at least. No, you cannot do such a thing. I'll live half my life in a ship, cabin, and a prison cell. Ain't much smaller. You can pay me. You can pay me for the time in the break after you let me out. I'll stop him, my lordship. What a fury! That man's full of surprises. My prospectometer had naught to say of this eventuality. I cannot allow our instructor to sacrifice himself for the manufactory. We have no choice but to accept Tello Grinch's impossible challenge. But I fear Rosenthal will not be convinced unless we prove that we have a chance of defeating Varys Helen. I do have a machinist to be Marvel in mind that might do the trick. Its implementation, however, will require a number of clear lightning crystals, of the like found in the Sea of Clouds. This set of the Vanavanu stores its crystals for use in their tribal ceremonies. Pray steal into Ogvundu Vana and lighten their baskets a touch. Surely they won't miss a handful or two. Alright, that's another beast tribe unlocking quest. But that is for the future. You know, since we are here... Actually, no, this episode's gonna be long. I'll do this off camera. I will do this off camera, because... don't want the episode to drag on for too long. Since we still have to do the Black Mage quest and the Summoner quest. Bum, 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 boom. Excuse me while I shoot you in the face. Does it actually do the same amount of damage as this? Yes, it does. I think I checked this out before. Why is my game doing weird stuff? There's some weird stuff happening today. Game kind of freezing. Internet issues aren't too rare though, but... game freezing like that is kind of crazy. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. Boom. 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 Amazing commentary. I've been recording for too much. That's a fact that I cannot deny. But I had a good day today and I was in the mood for a recording. For the machinistry marvel I have in mind, I shall have need of the clear... Yes, I know, but you already said. The ethereal balance of this crystal is tipped completely to the element of lightning. Not a single trace of any of the other 5 elements can be detected. The Vanavanu keep crystals such as these in a lock and key, bringing them forth only to use in tribal ceremonies. Ah yes, these are wonderful specimens. These crystals shall allow me to broaden the capabilities of your aetheroid transformer via a more efficient process of energy conversion. I only hope it will be impressive enough to convince our instructor to abandon his foolish course. As we get... drill! Of course, son of a bitch. What is drill? Delivers an attack with a potency of 600 with its own cooldown. So from this point onward, unless if you're dealing AoE damage, you would use reassemble with drill for maximum damage. One of our machinists just returned to report on the situation with Rosenthal. It would seem that Joy has some few colleagues have caught up to him in the pillars. Pray make your way to the scene and persuade the instructor to let down. Or just stand down. Sure, now you'd be along. Now back off where I teach the student to mean a point blank. I'm talking to you as well, Joy. Step aside. I bloody well will not step aside. Lynn, take the fight out of him with a Gauss one, if you please. Oh, so that's how it's gonna be, eh? Come on then, we'll see who shoots first. Left. Bloody else, that was fast. Your students ever strive to impress you, Rosenthal? And it's thanks to Lynn's diligence that I was able to once more improve the tools of our trade. Even very Sullen cannot stand against the advances we have made in both technique and technology. You must have faith that our machinists will prevail. And though I appreciate your eagerness to occupy a cell on my behalf, such sacrifice will not halt Telegrunch's crusade against the manufactory. Oh, you might be right about that. He's right about more than just that. You've got to stop underestimating what we're capable of. I keep forgetting what a stubborn lot I'm dealing with. You're the ones who ordered challenging the very stones where this court was built on. Alright, I won't give myself up. On one condition. All talk of contracts aside, you'll let me up in the fight against this very sullen nightmare. You've always sought to avoid such entanglements before. What has changed? It's a matter of penance. Back when I was still in charge of the other kudas, I lied to my subordinates. Instead of serving the thalassocracy, I had them lads working to further my own agenda. It all came apart though when I sent a glut of them off to die in a battle they had no business being in. I had my eyes on the admiral's chair, see? What kind of admiral would do that? He was reckless and selfish, and got a lot of good people killed. After they stripped me of my rank, I drowned myself in drink and took up a life of the worst kind of pirate. That soldier I tried to visit in Camp Overlook, he was one of my lads who survived. I've been sending him every coin I can spare to pay back my bloody debts, but there ain't enough guilt in the world what could buy off my guilt. And now, years later, I see a chance to undo the wrong I've done. A bunch of my students plan to charge into a situation they got no business being in, and I plan to see him come out of it alive. Well then, consider yourself invited to the battle. Come, lead us in a pre-battle drill, Rosenthal. Once more, your skill at firearms has rescued the manufactory from peril. Peril. Let us head back there, shall we? We shall, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, Lynn, there you are. I've sent word of our decision to Telegrunch. Even with the instructor's added firepower, however, I fear this challenge will test us to our very limits. Rosenthal has vowed to stay with us, regardless of the term of his contract, until the sins of his past have been washed away in very Helen's blood. Let us then take advantage of every moment we have from now on, until the battle, to hone our skills to a razor edge. There we go, and then it's right with the machinists. But first, more black mage business. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Lynn, I just received word from Zionella. He wants to speak with us. Apparently he has secured lodgings at the Hourglass and is awaiting us at the Quicksand. We should head there now. I wonder what he could want. Okay. To the Quicksand. Run. Run, small dragon girl, run. Hello. Thank you for coming so quickly, Lynn. I have something to ask of you. Some time ago, the Conjurers Guild contacted the various cities of the realm, entreating assistance in the search of and capture of Waldeef. It seems that this finally paid off. They just received a missive from the Temple Knights of Ishgard. The Defiant has been sighted at the Holy See. The cult has been trying to garner popular support there. Popular support there. They've been offering what they claim is the power to defeat the Dravanians, to anyone who will listen. I hear that you have made something of a name for yourself among the high houses of Ishgard. I, however, know next to nothing about their lands. Please then, would you lend me your assistance in tracking down this evil cult and bringing it to justice? Zaya, you have made no effort to conceal your disapproval of we black mages and our ways. Are we to understand that you have now come to accept us? That I have. The Temple Knights who provided us with this intelligence are stationed at the Ark of the Worthy within the city of Ishgard. They'll be waiting for us there. Much though I would like to believe that he has had a change of heart, men are not wont to change so simply. One does not live one's whole life hating black magic only to change one's mind over the exoneration of a single mage. I know not what this man is plotting, but I suggest you keep a close eye on him. Okay. Harry Flashman. That's okay. You must needs be the investigators from Magdania. It's about time. Someone needs to do something about that blasphemous cult. They were ranting on and on to anyone who would listen, offering the power to defeat the Dravanians. Fuck. We as Guardians have our own way of fighting. We told them as much quite plainly, but it made no difference. They continued their proselytizing. Obviously, such blasphemy could not be allowed to stand. We Temple Knights made our move, but they managed to get away. It hardly mattered to us at the time, but they were no longer spreading their lies here, but they recently reappeared. This time at the Convictory in the Western Highlands. Most Convictors would do anything to earn honor and glory through the slaying of a powerful dragon. They are young and full of spirit and naive. I fear that some of them may be deceived, seduced by promises of easy power. Gullible fools. Well, our destination is clear. To the Convictory. Yay! Back to the Convictory in the middle of Western Curthis. They really should have had an easy ride over there. That would have actually made sense. Well, to a certain degree, I guess. Yeah. There's no obvious sign of the Defiant here. We should split up and question the soldiers. I think I know who you're talking about. I told him I wasn't interested. The ancient spells are no match for a good spear at your side. Those crazy mages? I've spent years studying the art of dragon slaying. I don't need some magical help from weird outsiders. I made sure to tell them as much. You're going on about the Divine too? Well, they spent a while shouting about how they'd share ultimate power with anyone who would join them, then they left. Apparently they've set up camp over near Swiftrun River. What's the story with that lot anyway? Some Makote chap was asking the same thing a few minutes ago. I told him what I told you and he ran off in a hurry. Zero dialogue. Just mage killing. Anyway, I may as well just use everything I have. Fire! I'm just gonna hard cast flare since I have decreased casting time. There we go. Do that, and then hit it with a fireball. Or with fire 3. I keep calling it fireball, but... Ah, come on. Whatever. It's not like I cared about my ley lines anyway. Usual black mage business. There we go, next one. There we go. Just want to swap back to this, or cast flare. Back to this. If shit, more of them, beware the void scent. Yay. Ba, ba, ba. I'm gonna go and hit that one. Hit that. There we go. Didn't get a single void scent. That's nice. Oh no, not a mana wall. Bye. And there we go. That is all. Yeah, I know what you must be thinking. I entreated your help only to run off on my own. But you know what happens when you get involved? You saw it happen just now. They have no choice but to fight back with all their strength. And when they do, they lose control of their power, and they burn. Nobody deserves to die like that, so I went to confront them alone. I'm a fool. My healing magic is no match for the destructive power they wield. We can work together. You're right. What did I expect to achieve, challenging them without any help at all? Had we fought together, things would have turned out differently. You're taking down the mages in a flash of black magic, me nullifying their every attack with my healing spells. I truly was a fool to assume all but black magic was evil. I should have seen that such power can be harnessed safely, just as it is by you. I apologize. We have lost our only lead, and this time it is clearly my fault. Please pass on my apologies to Lalai. My actions were unbefitting of a representative of the Seedseer Council. I shall take my leave. I need to reflect on my actions. Stay on the land. Stay on the land. Stay on the land. Help me. I swear. Help me. Help me. I'm just constantly like singing the same tunes over and over again. Isn't this insanity? It's doing the same thing over, expecting a different result. I guess I'm not really expecting a different result, so maybe not quite yet. Ah, you're back from Ishgard already, but where is Sayanala? I see, if nothing else, you have stopped more poor souls from joining that accursed cult. I can only hope that Zionella can see it that way. The fact that the Defiant would travel so far as Ishgard in an attempt to recruit new members speaks volumes to how desperate they grow. Ah, Lynn, I almost forgot. I was about to decipher the final remaining spell from the Book of Stal. Or Book of Nal, sorry. Not. Though you might not welcome an ice magic after the frigid winds of Curthis, I'm certain you'll find this a frighteningly powerful addition to your repertoire. I doubt the Defiant can hold out much longer. They'll be forced to use everything they have in the next fight. They cannot risk being drawn into a protracted war of attrition. Should we defeat them, we can finally recover the Book of Thal, and uncover the magics within. As we learn... Blizzard 4. So, how does Blizzard 4 work? Deals ice damage with a potency of 310. Which grants 3 Umbral Hearts whenever you use it. Nullifies, so the Umbral Heart bonus is that it nullifies Astral Fire's MP cost. MP cost increase for fire spells and reduces MP cost for flare by 1/3. So... You can basically use this to like prolong the amount of cast you can do of Fire 1 in this case, but eventually Fire 4. Really. So you, like whenever you switch to like Blizzard, like whenever I'm like, for instance, I'm in Fire and I need to swap over to Ice to get my MP back, I would use Blizzard 3 and then I would cast Blizzard 4, like at least once, maybe twice, depending on how your MP is doing. And then once that's done, you cast another Fire 3 and then you go to Fire 4 when you get that at the level 60 rotation. And then you just spam Fire 4 for a little bit, then you'll have to use Fire 1 to extend your thing, but we're gonna get over that once I unlock Fire 3 maybe. In any case, what it comes down to is Blizzard 4 is going to make it... It's going to be like basically a component that you're going to need to cast, like for your next casting rotation at level 60. Freeze also gives this, but I'm not sure if Freeze always gives this. 58... Okay, yeah, so... Okay, so once you unlock Blizzard 4, you also unlock Enhanced Freeze. Okay, there you go. Anything else at 58? Nope. Now I'm thinking about it, I didn't really check out, like, anything, did I? Let's see, anything at... No, wait, I did. Like, over here with Ninja, there was nothing. Then which I did check. I didn't check it with Bard, though. Anything at 58? Don't think so. No. Well, Machinist 58 was Drill, so... And no other traits that I can recall. There you go. Alright, Summoner time. I feel like this is going to, if I recall correctly, be another instance. Since I know what skill I'm going to unlock from this quest, I'm pretty dang certain about what I'm gonna have to do. Ah, Lynn, if you've come for a word on the Ashen, I fear I have little progress to report. We did, however, hold a service for... Go ahead then. I assembled the soldiers from his old unit, and together we conveyed his remains to the priest of Thal. As for Thanalan's trade routes, there's still the odd raid by bandits or beastmen, but not that involves men in black robes. I must confess I'm at a loss as to how we might track our foe. Ah, have you spoken with Mitra? I believe she has new findings to share with you. Yeah, you gotta go back. To Upkalu Falls, my favorite place. But... Run! And just keep running. It's my entire 20 seconds of sprint, Jesus. Then there you are. We have much to discuss. I've been engrossed in my studies, you see, seeking every advantage for an inevitable clash with the Ascian. And as I struggled to unravel the ancient knowledge of the tombstones, I unlocked a good many mysteries, including the reason why you were unable to call forth Ramu Egi. When you summon an avatar, you draw upon your body's reservoir of ether to grant life and form to what is known as an arcane entity. That much we already knew. I had, however, overlooked the simple fact that our etheric reserves are finite, thus the magnitude of Egi that you are able to summon is limited by the extent of your own life force. Simply put, if the Egi is too powerful, then the summoning fails. But do not despair, the summoners of Alak devised a method by which one might circumvent this intrinsic limitation. Rather than attempting to summon a separate, physical manifestation of a certain Egi, the most accomplished mages discovered that far less ether was required to infuse themselves with the essence of a primal's power. The technique by which a summoner would achieve this heightened state was known as a trance. What say you, Lyn? Shall we see if you can master this method? It may allow you to contend with a paragon, but not if the essence is of an ordinary primal. Nay, we must set our sights on the most potent entity, the most fierce. I speak of the elder primal Bahamut. On the day of the calamity, the dragon vanished in an explosion so massive that his ether was carried to the far corners of Eorzea. You, among many others, have already been touched by his essence. All that remains is to perform the meditative ritual in a place steeped in Bahamut's energies, and you should be able to enter the trance of the Dreadworm. As for setting foot within this only suitable location, I believe Captain Wolf can assist us. Shall we pay him a visit? Yes. When my voice is starting to die, I can feel it. I can feel the power draining. No. Okay, that's maybe a little bit much. But I can definitely feel that my voice is starting to clog up. It's like, no, I don't want to speak anymore. Stop talking, good Angus. Have you learned not of your mistakes? Imitra here is certainly not one to do things by half. She petitioned me to help gain entry to the ether-soaked wasteland of the Cardinal Flats. The Flats are disputed territory, jointly administered by the three member nations of the Origin Alliance, and attempting to earn full admittance to the area is a bureaucratic nightmare. As matters stand, I was only able to secure permission to visit the Immortal Flames airship landing. If you wish to enter the Flats proper, we will have to do so under the cover of night. Prepare yourself for a tense journey, then make your way to the landing here in Ul'dah. I have one of our elite flyers standing by. I feel like I have to sneeze. Airship landing. And as I expected. I'll fly you to the front door of the flats, but that's as far as you're authorized to go. Stay on the landing or face the consequences. Rude? Why you gotta be so rude? This is a PvP arena, by the way. So this is what became of the Cardinal Flats. Never before have I sensed such tainted ether. Let us not linger long, Lyn. Turn your might now to Bahamut's terrible majesty. Allow his power to seep into your very being. Nothing? We may need to deepen your meditations. Do you truly attempt to harness the might of Bahamut? The essence of the Elder Primal shall tear your mortal frame asunder. Chaos rises in the presence of power, but you, Bringer of Light, can be allowed to shine no brighter. Come and be doused in the endless waters of the 12th chalice. Kick his ass! There we go. Bahamut's power shall never be yours. Slosh Thief, we need more time. We must not abandon the ritual. Use Bahamut's residual energies to unlock the trance. You would play with fire, then perish in infernal flames. It's Ifrit, ya boy! There we go. Quest with your senses. There will be pockets of lingering ether. Find the dense concentration, focus, fill yourself with Bahamut's essence, blah blah blah. I will cut you down with a blaze of wind. Ah. Another Eggy. He won't stop, will he? There we go. While tuning. Then concentrate and fold your mind in Bahamut's wings. I have the power! Now persistent, Bringer of Light. I will bury you in stone. For the love of Thal, Lyn, might you meditate a little faster? Of course you're stunning me, you bugger. There we go. It's working, Lyn. Find another pocket of ether. There we go. You still do not understand. The waters of the 12th chalice are endless. First, if you find such stamina, do not yield, Lyn. 373 Eggy at once. Bet they are weak as shit. Excuse me. More! More! Really? The freaking Titan didn't die? There we go. More! Jesus. You don't stop coming and it don't stop coming and it don't stop coming and it don't stop coming. There we go. One more over here, I think. Yeah. Dreadworm stance. Use yourself into the Dreadworm stance. What just happened? No, the might of the Dreadworm. It is done to transcend yours and sweep aside these lesser avatars. Okay. My eyes! My leg! I did not anticipate this. You should not have been able to complete. You should not have been able to complete the meditations under such duress. But I shall not underestimate you again. Our next meeting shall be our last bringer of light. We did it. We faced the Paragon and lived. It is all thanks to you, Lyn. You and the towering might of Bahamut that you now command. Smile. Nod. Despite the Ascen's interference, we achieved what we came here for, but I'm afraid this is not the place to celebrate. Let us return to the landing before the light's dawn, or dawn's light finds us in forbidden territory. Run! Right. Ruby Road, I guess. And now we run. We have reason to rejoice, my friends. It would seem our clandestine adventure went unnoticed by my superiors, and, more importantly, we seized the upper hand in a battle against an Ascian. The transit did appear most effective against our immortal foe. For such a hurried night's work, we managed to reap quite a harvest indeed. I bet it is a pity the bastard fled when he did. I would have liked to have settled the score then and there. It was for the best, Captain Wolf. If he would truly defeat the Ascian, then we must be prepared to destroy him utterly, body and soul. Camprita. As we unlock the Dreadworm trance. Wow, way to be epic, Fred. Really, you're trying your best. Anyway, what does Dreadworm stance do? Enters Dreadworm stance for 15 seconds. So before we would basically just wait 15 seconds for the bar to fill. Now we have Dreadworm stance for 15 seconds instead. The additional effect is that it changes Ruin 3 to Astral Impulse and Outburst to Astral Flare. Additional effect grants Ruby, Arcanum, and Topaz. So at the end of this, it's going to grant us the things. So now we basically have like not a single moment where we can't do anything interesting, as opposed to just casting Ruin 3, except like at the end of the rotation. Let's see, 58. Okay, so it's just this. Anything else that I might be missing? No. However, I will go and check out the damage of these moves. Okay. So, normal Ruin 3 does 300. Does an attack with 300 potency. Astral Impulse does an attack with 440, and it is instacast. All of these are instacast, by the way. So, and then what does normal Outburst do? Where is it? Outburst has a potency of 100. Or I think maybe a little bit more because of some traits with Ruin Mastery over here. No, wow, it just is. Wow, it's just shit. Anyway, there's attack with a potency of 100, and now it will instead do an attack with a potency of 180. So there you have it. Looking pretty freaking good. I love Dreadworm Stance, it's so good. Anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this extended episode of Just That I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we're going to go and continue with the MSQ. Goodbye.